Hey everybody, welcome back. I am Artosis, and this is the beginning of the Winners League match in this MoonLight Pro League. Just to clarify, so the first best of 7 between the two teams did end up being won at the end of the day by the team of Barracks, Ruin, and HM that we see here. They were able to overcome with a 4-3 score, Motive, Spire, and Scan. We see Motive right here for the opposing team. And now it is Winners League. So Winners League is basically winners stay, like a King of the Hill type format. And whatever team is left standing, well, that's the winning team there. If it does end up being tied, then we will be going into a Super Ace match, a 1-versus-1, just to decide which team ends up taking it down and winning that sweet, sweet Artosis prize money. All right, so a PVZ here, like I mentioned, it is Motive going up against HM. The map is Butter. Absolutely loving this map so far, by the way. A really fun two-player map with very, very interesting terrain. Definitely a great addition to the tournament pool right now, and the ladder pool as well. Looks like HM does want to go ahead for an overpool, and this is going to keep him basically safe against anything. It looks like Motive might be thinking about wanting to go for Nexus first, but of course when you see Overpool, you have to adjust a little bit. I think what we will see from him is, I'm not sure actually, you might be able to go 11 Nexus, 11 Forge, or I feel like I remember someone doing that. We'll see. I mean, he has it mapped out perfectly. You know, I'm not a Protoss main, so I don't know exactly the timing of this, but yeah, he does throw down the Forge on 13, and we'll go Nexus shortly thereafter, and then throw down a cannon to stop any incoming lings. Now, Motive's probe has gone back to that natural. Drone gonna have to be pulled away, and it looks like this is gonna develop pretty normally. Nothing looks to be too off or anything. Like, he should have the cannon up in time, no problem. This isn't just gonna end with a Zergling rush or anything like that. In fact, it's only 2 Zerglings being made because HM respects his opponent enough to know that there's not likely to be a mistake as far as the cannon timing goes. So those 2 Lings pop out. In fact, they'll probably just chase the probe around. No problem. So, while we wait for the game to pick up, thank you guys for checking out ArtosisCasts. Please do subscribe and hit that notification button. It's very well appreciated. Put a lot of work into it, so thank you to everyone as well who has supported on the Patreon. If you would like to support on the Patreon, there is a link in the description, and of course it's just patreon.com/Artosis. Thank you very much, everyone, and yeah, I'm glad that everyone's enjoying the cast here. This has been an absolutely phenomenal series so far, honestly. In fact, I'm a little bit nervous because this first series back after that break from moving to Canada that I took, I don't know if the next series we do will end up living up to the hype that this one has created. It's just the games have been truly excellent. Ooh, that was a sick dodge through the mineral patch. What he did there was he was mining on the patch, but the Ling was still hitting him. So since a drone was underneath him, he hit the stop button and then just popped it over the other side. Just little tricks that you can do there. Otherwise, he would have actually ended up losing the probe. So very nice little juke, utilizing that displacement of units while mining. And goes right through the egg and will be able to put some distance between himself and those Lings. Now taking a look back at the main base of Protoss, everything is very, very normal. A single cannon, making some Zealots. There's the Cybernetics core. Probe still just trying to check around and see what's what. Right now, you're mostly just trying to check to see if there is going to be like a 3-hatch play. Oh, wow. That little doodad right there almost screwed up the probe. And in fact, this is looking like it's going to be a very, very cheesy opener. So we have Zergling Speed on the way and a Hydralisk Den already being made. So as Zergling Speed finishes, you can't really scout Zerg anymore, and then he can go ahead and continue with that 3-hatch Hydra. Zergling Speed and now Hydralisk Speed coming up. So this Zealot going to be incredibly important here for Motive. Like, he needs to get the right information with it. He might end up popping out another Zealot, excuse me, and like walking in a different direction, or maybe straight up the center. Right now, he's just kind of defending with it. But yeah, this is like, the amount of importance on something like this Zealot can't really be overstated. You can't just blindly start throwing down cannons, right? Like, that's just a gamble. You're gambling. you're saying, okay, I think a Hydrolan is coming. And if it's not, well, those cannons could have been gateways. Those cannons could have been anything else. And suddenly you're way far behind and not putting any pressure on your opponent. So this Zealot going to start walking over. If he sees a Hydra pop, that's exactly the information he's looking for. Look, the first Hydra coming out. He's heading towards that third. Let's see what his vision is. Oh my god, oh my god. He sees Hydras. He sees Hydras. This is like basically as good a scout as you could have gotten. The Cybernetics, the Corsair coming across as well will end up reconfirming what's coming down. But the Zealot has done a great job. It actually forces some units to turn around. The drone's not mining for a moment. And look at that. The cannons get thrown down instantly. So he's going up to 4 cannons. He has 3 Zealots here as well. And I think he's just going to be fine. In fact, he's so confident he's taking down the egg right now. I'm actually a little bit surprised about that since Speedlings are out. Another cannon goes down. Honestly, I would stop this before I kill the whole thing. Yeah, okay, he does. He just worked on it, and this isn't going to be targeted during the fight by Zerg. It's very unlikely. Anyways. Oh, he actually does take it down. Oh, okay, you know what he's doing is he's setting up more surface area to get his Zealots out if he needs to. Now, another cannon going down. A lot of Hydras down here. The Corsair flying around hasn't gotten a kill yet since Hydras are chasing it. More Hydras are being made and Hydralisk range. So this is like some high aggression here from HM. His Lings are actually rallied a little bit too far, so he just lost 4 Lings completely for free. And it actually made the Hydras go a little bit berserk there and not attack since other units got attacked and they were out of range. Their priority switched to the cannon, but since they were on hold position, they couldn't go. So that rally not only lost 4 Lings, but, you know, slowed down the pace of destroying the wall. In the meantime, we have Lair going up. More gateways going up here as well. Dude, I don't think he's going to be able to break this. And I think he doesn't think so either. That's why the Lair is coming up. I don't believe we're going to see any more Hydras popping. It should be drones. And there it is. You can see on the production tab, 6 drones coming up now for HM. Remaking the Forge. He has +1, and he actually starts +1 armor there. That's interesting, because he remade... Okay, he cancels. That makes more sense. If you're going to remake the Forge, and you assume the Forge is going to be killed, you want to start the armor in here. The armor is, excuse me, a very important upgrade. You really want that armor to kind of help to not only make Zealots tankier, but also, because, of course, anytime you have melee units, you want them to be very tanky, rather than dealing more damage, because they need to close against the ranged units, right? So it's about keeping them alive, but it's also about keeping the High Templars alive against any snipes that come in. So right now, more gates are being added. This is looking pretty good for Motive, I have to say. The fact that he really... excuse me, I'm sorry, I have a little bit of a cough today. The fact that he really didn't take any damage. Like, he literally only lost a gate and then made cannons. And, I mean, it's a lot of cannons. It's 7 cannons. But this was a pretty heavy committal from HM, and you can see that difference as far as workers go. He's been droning for a bit, and he's still only up to 29 against the 46 of Motive. So right now it's looking very, very good for Motive. He does start that +2 as well and runs right around these Hydras. Going to get a few of them for almost free there. Of course, the Zealots did take a bit of damage running up, but doing a great job. Oh, a beautiful surround. Just pins him against the edge of the ramp. And suddenly, Motive has killed so many Hydras. This is looking absolutely fantastic for him. Running up across, going towards that third. Dude, like, this might end very, very quickly. HM doesn't have a lot. I mean, the Hydras are very microable. He does fend off the Zealots rather quickly here. A DT walking up, if this guy slips into the main, that could end up being game over. Like, you slip into the main and he doesn't realize, you kill all these drones, it doesn't give a verbal notice that they're under attack. Corsair going to check that main base out. Now, there are a few Lings that would catch the DT probably there. And the Zealots hit that third base location, so he's going to use this moment to slip in the DT. Let's see if it can actually get in. Tries to run past. And he tried to target the Spire, but actually some great drilling there did end up saving it. The Lings following down, and the Overlord actually did end up living. So, actually at the end of this, HM held really, really well. His Overlord didn't die in the main, and he saw the DT coming in, so he killed that very easily. And then also the Spire that was targeted by Motive did not end up dying. Some good drone drills, as well as the amount of Hydras there, did eliminate the Zealots first. So it's still advantage to Motive, no doubt, because HM just got nothing done early on. But that didn't go the way he wanted it to. Like I mentioned, it is something that could have been game-ending. You know, if the split isn't correct, like if either the DT gets in or a lot of damage gets dealt over here, that's fantastic for Motive. But as is, still a chance, I would say, for HM in this game. He has popped out a lot of mutas, probably looking to kill off High Templars as they come out. Another group of Zealots is running around. The mutas going to try to chase those down. It does take a while for mutas to kill off Zealots, especially with that additional +1 armor. And I love to see this. A lot of Dragoons starting to be produced. Dragoon range is on the way. Already has those 4 High Templars. This is like kind of the number that we've seen Rain go for in his more heavy Dragoon compositions. Like, this game's a little bit different since it started with the Hydra Rush. We have seen a ton of Zealots made already, like 12 initially, then we have 5 on the map, and then another like 12-ish here. So, yeah, it's a lot. Oh, God, he actually picks off 2 High Templars. That's kind of big. But, yeah, what I was trying to talk about there, right, you get 4 High Templars first, you bank up energy on them, and then you make a lot of Dragoons, and that's a very strong fighting force for moving out and engaging Hydralisk-based armies. So, very cool to see this style being used right now from Motive. Does have a few Corsairs in there as well. Losing 2 High Templars is a big deal. That was like a really good moment from HM. The fewer Psy Storms there are, the harder it's going to be for Motive to close this out. But as you can see, he's got a lot of energy on these 2. So he is going to have 4 Psy Storms still, which is pretty solid. Third base is going up. HM trying to force a cancel here. Oh, he actually might, and in fact loses another High Templar. Oh my God, just barely keeps the Nexus alive as well. I would love it. Yeah, these mutas coming back to snipe is a great move. HM, I feel like right now, like he got a bad opening, but I feel like he's outplaying Motive, to be honest. Like, he's taking a bad position. He's getting a lot done with it. He's killed 3 High Templars. Oh, and he's going to end up losing the mutas for the most part. They're very, very low at this point. But he killed another High Templar. He's killed 3 High Templars, and he forced a cancel on the Nexus or killed the Nexus. So amazing stuff there from HM. He's really stalled everything out. He's starting to macro up Hydras now. His drone count is comparable, but look at the actual army supply. It's not that high. 107 against 148, so it's 100 army supply here. Now, Hydras are 1 supply compared to 2 supply Protoss units, but the Protoss units are a lot tankier. So it definitely looks to me like this attack is still likely to be successful. Now look at this. He is burrowing a few lurkers in there, but there is an observer as well. Here we go. Comes up. This is a lot of Dragoons. 2 Psy Storms there, 2 Psy Storms there. Let's see what these storms end up looking like. All right, comes in. Ooh, 1 storm. Doesn't do that well. 2nd storm, I mean, he gets rid of the lurkers relatively quickly, but this is a huge arc of Hydras right now. Hydras do start to move back a little bit. Looks like a single Hydra working on that 4th base location. No rallies coming up from Motive. I wonder if he's going to back up. I feel like securing the kill on this, backing up and reinforcing is maybe the best move here. His army is not getting better at the moment, right? HM's is. We're right next to his rally, but here we go. Here is that reinforcement I was talking about before. Decent storm goes off to the side. These Hydras very badly hurt at the moment. The flank comes up, and it seems like the storms are doing just too much damage against these Hydras. The supply plummeting for HM right now, and Motive getting ready to finish this game off, pushing forward into these Hydras. The Observer's going forward, and that is going to be it. Motive stays on. GG.